Ladies and gentlemen, football is officially back. No, we haven't played any games yet, but yesterday the Miami Hurricanes held their first official practice of fall camp. We're just, 27, 28 days away from the season starting. And I, for one, couldn't be happier to open my Twitter and see all these clips and highlights from practice on my feed. Lots to get into. I got some thoughts, some notes. I did all the little detective work so you don't have to. So let's dive right in. All right, before I start, let me kill my cafecito here. Cheers. I know some of you are not from Miami that are watching, but if you know, you know. All right, so let's start out with a few of the negatives. At the beginning of the post-practice presser, Coach Manny Diaz did update the media and the fans on what's going on with Cam Williams and Jalar Hawley. So both players apparently did not meet the academic standards required to be able to play football at the University of Miami. So both apparently will be entering the transfer portal. I wish them the best of luck. I hope both young men can, kind of get refocused on their academics, get their heads on straight, because, getting that college degree is so important for these guys, and they have such a great opportunity. So hopefully they can, seek that opportunity elsewhere, get some playing time, maybe play on Sundays one day. We'll see. But a third player that was mentioned, Jeremiah Payton. This was a guy that was a very highly touted wide receiver in I want to say it was the 2019 class. He came out a couple of years ago. I think he was the number 10 or number 12th ranked wide receiver in the nation. Very highly touted, very talented. Has had trouble, with the mental part of the game the last couple of years. And Coach Diaz updated us and let us know that his focus basically is not football right now. So they're helping him through that. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, and I've seen it before. Some players get a little burnt out. Maybe they fall out of love with football. Maybe he's got some family issues going on. Who knows? Who the hell knows? But best of luck to Peyton as well. So now that the negative stuff is out of the way, let's talk about the positives. First thing that jumped out at me, what I was reading and what I saw from the practice clips, is these wide receivers, especially the young wide receivers, Brinson, Jacoby George, Brashard Smith, all looked fantastic, running routes, making one-handed catches against veteran corners covering them. So that right away, that told me, the wide receiver room has leveled up 100%. So expect these young guys to get a lot of playing time this year. I already expected it once we recruited them, but this just further proved it to me. So expect a couple of veterans, maybe like a D Wiggins or something like that, who did have a bad drop on a quick slant where he got open, ball hit him right in the hands and he dropped it. I do not see him in that 5-man rotation, but again, expect Brinson, Brashard Smith, and guys like that to get a lot of playing time early this year. And another guy that looked fantastic, and the writers all agreed, the press and the people that were there in practice, Elijah Arroyo looked absolutely fantastic in practice. He looked, one word I kept hearing was he looked very fluid. And I agree. I saw him run a couple of routes. Didn't need to break stride at all. Just, coming in and out of his breaks, good hands. He's got all the tools. Me and my co-host on, the Flow show, me and Flo have both been saying that guy, as soon as he gets on the field, it's going to be very hard to get him off the field. So I think he's going to be your tight end 2, probably 2, 3, maybe 4 games into the season at the most. That dude's going to be a star in Miami. I think he's going to be one of the top 5 or 10 tight ends that we've ever had. I know it's early, but we'll see. Another guy that looked very solid in the clips that I saw, Mark Pope. I know some people don't want to hear that, but listen, Mark Pope has put in a ton of work in the offseason, working on his route running, which he was already very good at. I mean, this dude is great at getting open. It's a part of his game that's not mentioned enough. And I think he's gotten even better at it, running sharp routes, and his hands have improved a lot. Made a couple of really nice plays in practice yesterday. Watch out for Pope I have him as my 5th guy on the depth chart. I think he's going to be in that 5-man rotation. Maybe he creeps up to 4. Who knows? There's a battle for that backup slot position. It's going to be between him and Xavier Restrepo. Rooster. had I think like a 40+ yard screen pass that he took to the house on one of the drills that they were running. If that dude can stay healthy, he makes our already pretty explosive offense even more explosive. He's going to be a very dangerous weapon. He needs to stay healthy, because if we can put him on the field consistently, we're going to be in any ball game against any opponent we face, or he's going to give us a chance to blow people out in the fourth quarter. Starting at wide receiver, I did like to see Keyshawn Smith's name listed number 1. You got him, you got Rambo, and you got Harley. Those were the top 3 receivers running with the first team. That's very telling that Keyshawn Smith was like the very first name. I think the coaches see what we see. That dude's a talent, and he's about to have a monster season, hopefully. One thing I also noticed with the depth chart on defense, and Coach Diaz did mention this, that 40+ players on the defense got first team reps. So you're going to see guys like Zach McLeod, Bradley Jennings, names like that on the first team. But really, they were all kind of playing first team at one point or another. So I wouldn't read too much into that. Stevenson was listed as second team. There's no way on planet Earth that guy is not starting day 1 against Alabama. So don't read too much into that. I know I'm reading a lot into the receivers starting, but just they're doing a lot of mixing and matching on defense right now. Don't be alarmed. Again, it's just day 1. But speaking of the defense, I did read that Lawrence Taylor really stood out on that defensive line. DeAndre Johnson looks absolutely huge. He was listed at about 240, 245 before, and now he's listed at about 260. 6'3", 260 is not the tallest guy in the world, but that dude can make plays on the strong side of the defensive line. So I'm very much looking forward to that. He's likely going to be starting, and the competition is going to be on the other side. Is it going to be Harley? Is it going to be Chance Williams, who just broke the squat record for defensive ends in Miami? We'll see. I think it's going to be Harvey. I have my thoughts on that, but we'll see. Other guys in the secondary making plays on one-on-one drills. James Williams looked really good. There was one play, I think he went up against D Wiggins or one of these receivers that didn't give up on the play. He ripped the ball out. Great coverage. Bubba Bolden made a nice play one-on-one against Harley where he knocked the ball out of his hands. Marcus Clark, one-on-one with Daz Worsham. Daz Worsham beat him, and Clark just turned on the jets, recovered, and knocked that ball away. So watch out for him and watch out for Isaiah Dunson. I've been saying it all offseason. Those are 2 very talented guys. They're going to push for playing time, maybe even a starting spot. A lot of people have DJ Ivey already penciled in. Don't rule out those 2 guys. Just saying. We got some competition there, and that's good. I also read Ryan Rodriguez, Lawrence Seymour. There was a few young guys getting some playing time on the O-line. It's tough. In the trenches, it's kind of tough to see, with these clips. And, the writer said the same thing, but that's what they spotted. So that's good. Some young guys getting some burn. I like that. You want to do that early in camp. So that's pretty much it for my thoughts. Overall, I heard that the D-line was ahead of the O-line. Don't be too alarmed. Defense being ahead of the offense is very common. And, the defense can do whatever they want to try to get past a blocker, whereas the O-line, they have to gel. They have to play as a unit. So they need a minute to kind of get that timing back. So don't be too alarmed by that. Aside from that, I think that's pretty much it. Please, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you haven't already. Trying to get to that 1,000. I'm very close. It's my goal to hit that by the time the season starts. So if you can help me out, that'd be great. Until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. As always, it's all about the U. Go Canes.